I'd like to thank Lloyd and Mary Burton for putting this all together, Dan Miller, everybody else that's associated with this organization. It's a great thing. On the way here today, I was thinking about just how many great race car drivers, owners, etc., that are in this area. Even though you can go across the country, whether it be Pennsylvania, Ohio, or wherever, I feel in my heart that we have just as good as anywhere. In fact, talking with Chuck Gurney just now, I was just letting him know all the wins he's had, a multiple winner, whether it be wing, non-wing, asphalt, pavement, it didn't matter, Jimmy Sills, etc., and a lot more. But it all started with my father. In about 1969, he took me to my first go-kart race in Watsonville, and we just went to watch. We don't really have a lot of funds at the time, so he had used up all of his overtime money to buy my first go-kart. And I would get beat every single weekend for many years. And we realized we got to step up our ball game, but it happened. I believe it was in 1978, the Grand Nationals were held in Oklahoma City, Oklahoma. And we ran in the top 5, and I told Dad on the way home, this is it, we're done. It was a great journey, let's buy a midget or a sprint car. He thought I was crazy, but we ended up putting our pennies together and bought a midget. It was an old 1968 Benson, had seen its last days. We had no trailer, and we went ahead and got an old beat-up U-Haul trailer, and we hauled it behind my brother-in-law's 1972 Grand Prix. And we got to the racetrack, and Madera was my first race on asphalt, and we realized right there we bit off too big of a piece we can chew on this deal. So as time went on, we stepped it up, and I won my first race in a midget today, 37 years ago. It was May 4th, 1982. And after that, everything seemed to work out really well. But I couldn't have did it without my father. He was everything to me. And he was no Carl Kinzer, but that's not the point. The point is that racing was all he wanted to do. We didn't get any championships. We ran second a lot. Because we felt that we wanted to run USAC, ECRA, back and forth in the midgets. So our points were where they should be. And then in 1985, I switched over to sprint cars and had a pretty good go. I won my first race, my third time out at Placerville, driving for Bob Campus. And it was an old Tognati car, needed a lot of work. And right before the A-main started, I was lucky enough to start on the front row, I'll never forget it. And it was a dry, slick day, ugly racetrack. And my dad came over and goes, hey, let's buy all new 4 tires. So we bought a set of new feet for it, and luckily I won the race. Well, from that day on, it kind of set the scales. And again, as Dan was saying, in '86, I tore up more equipment than money can buy. I think I ended up taking over for Chuck or Jimmy Sills in the Bud Light car for Quentin Bammer. And they kept me for about 4 months. And I was down the road. And that was a tough time for me because I tore up so much stuff. And at the end of the year, I think I won a few midget features. But no, I just have to say that there's a lot of people involved that I drove for. I drove for the great Lenny Gonzel. The number 14 car was Martin Hagopian, Terry Caves, I got to thank. In sprint cars, Jim Reed, Rich Lovell. John Labatt was part of the program with that Bud Light program the year before. He helped me a lot. John Bickford. Let's see, Eddie Chinnan. Shoot, I better get my list out because I don't want to leave him behind. But there was a lot of them, and they treated me like gold, and it was a great adventure, don't get me wrong. It was a lot of fun. John Boy, I ran out here. In fact, this weekend, or no, May 11th, 1985, I thought I was going to win the race out here on the white flag lap. I remember the white coming out and I was leading. And who goes driving by me? Dave Bradway. And he got me for the 2nd straight weekend in a row. So everyone tonight, it's a great honor to go out there and see him. His race, I was lucky enough to be able to race with him. He was a great race car driver and a great person. So I hope you all have a good time tonight and stay and put support in tonight's race. But thank everybody, and I really appreciate this. It's been a great thing. Thank you.